If you're seeing this, you're not like everyone else. There's something different about you. Not in a way the world might label as special or strange, but in a way that the spirit within you recognizes. Something deep inside knows there's more to life than what you see with your eyes. You felt it in quiet moments, that gentle whisper that says you're meant for something greater. And even when the noise of the world tries to drown it out, that voice doesn't leave you. It waits patiently until you're ready to listen again. You see, not everyone can hear that inner call. Most people move through life asleep, reacting to circumstances, thinking the outer world is all there is. They believe that what they can touch, measure, and see defines what's real, but not you. You've begun to awaken, to realize that what you imagine, feel, and believe within yourself shapes everything that unfolds around you. This awareness is not ordinary, it's divine. There comes a time in every person's journey when they must decide whether they'll continue to live by sight or by faith. When you start noticing messages, signs, or moments that seem too perfectly timed, it's not coincidence. It's confirmation. It's your inner being showing you that life isn't random, that there's meaning woven into every experience. You are being reminded that you're not like everyone else because you've started to remember who you really are. You've likely noticed that when you truly believe in something, when you hold it in your heart with love and certainty, life begins to rearrange itself to match your inner conviction. That's not luck. That's the law of life. As it's written, according to your faith, be it unto you. What you accept as true within yourself becomes your outer world. That's why it's so important to be careful with what you entertain in your mind, because your imagination is the creative power of God moving through you. Most people use their imagination unconsciously. They worry, fear, and replay painful memories, not realizing they're sowing seeds that must take root and grow. But you are awakening to the truth that your imagination is sacred. It's the divine workshop of creation. What you dwell upon, you bring to life. What you feel deeply, you call into being. And that realization changes everything. Maybe you've been through seasons that tested your faith. Moment when you couldn't see how things could possibly work out. Yet here you are. Somehow the light always found you. Somehow you always rose again. That's because there's something within you that refuses to give up, something eternal. That something is the divine spark, the part of you made in the image of the Creator. It doesn't fail, it doesn't break, and it doesn't die. It only waits for you to recognize it and trust it completely. Faith isn't about forcing yourself to believe something you can't see. It's about knowing that what you can't see is already real in a higher dimension of your being. When you imagine lovingly, when you persist in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are aligning yourself with the truth of creation, that everything already exists. You're simply becoming aware of it. Think about a seed planted in the ground. For a while there's no visible sign of growth, but beneath the soil, life is forming. The roots are spreading, the structure is taking shape. Then one day it breaks through the surface. That's how your desires work. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean nothing's happening. The invisible world moves first. The visible follows. Hold faith during the invisible season. That's what sets you apart. That's what makes you different. You've probably felt misunderstood at times. Like people don't get why you think the way you do, or why you believe in things that seem impossible. But that's okay. You weren't meant to fit into the old mold. You were meant to break it. When you choose to believe in love when fear surrounds you, to see abundance when the world screams lack, to bless others when you could easily curse them, you are walking in divine power. You are showing the unseen strength of faith. You see, your outer world mirrors your inner state. If you want to change what's outside, you must first shift what you feel within. Start speaking to yourself lovingly. Stop repeating the old story of limitation and loss. Begin to imagine the life you desire as if it were already yours. Feel the peace of having it, the joy of living it, the gratitude of experiencing it now. That feeling, that living awareness, is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. There's a passage that says, "The kingdom of God is within you." That's not poetic language, it's truth. The world within your imaginatio ends where creation begins. When you turn inward, when you close your eyes and see yourself as already whole, already loved, already abundant, you awaken heaven within you. And once heaven is alive inside you, it begins to manifest in the world around you. You're not like everyone else because you've begun to understand this sacred process. You've started to take responsibility for your inner conversations. You've realized that your thoughts and emotions aren't random, they're creative. When you shift your inner dialogue from fear to faith, from doubt to trust, from worry to peace, your outer world shifts accordingly. There's no power outside you that can control your destiny unless you give it permission. You are the operant power, the chooser, the dreamer, the creator. You can rise above circumstances, above appearances, above the opinions of others, simply by changing what you accept as true within yourself. That's what faith really is. The unwavering conviction that what you feel to be true and yes, there will be moments when the outer world tries to test that belief. You may face challenges that seem impossible. But remember, those moments are not here to break you, they're here to reveal you. They show you how powerful you truly are when you choose love over fear, peace over panic, truth over illusion. The storm doesn't come to destroy the seed, it comes to strengthen roots. So if you're seeing this, if these words have reached you in this exact moment, know this: you're being called higher. You're being reminded of who you really are. You are not here to blend in, you're here to awaken. You are the light in a world that often forgets its own brilliance. You are the reminder that faith creates reality, that love transforms everything, that imagination is the face of God in motion. Don't run from your uniqueness, embrace it. Don't shrink to make others comfortable, rise so they can see what's possible. You're not like everyone else because you were chosen to remember first, to live from within, to love without fear, to trust the unseen more than the seen. That's what it means to live by faith. That's what it means to walk with divine confidence. Every time you choose to believe in something beautiful, every time you forgive when you could blame, every time you bless when you could complain, you're rewriting your world. You're proud that the creative power of love lives within you. You're showing that heaven isn't somewhere far away. It's a state of consciousness you can enter right now. So take a deep breath. Feel that quiet power within you. It's not asking you to strive or struggle. It's asking you to trust, to rest in the knowing that everything you seek already exists within you. You are not separate from your desires. They are expressions of your divine self, seeking to be known in the world. When you walk through your day, carry yourself as though what you desire has already happened. Speak from that place. Think from that place. Feel from that place. And watch how life begins to mirror your inner certainty. That's how you move mountains, not by effort, but by belief. You are the dreamer, dreaming this world into being. You are the love that heals, the light that guides, the faith that creates. You are the living proof that imagination is not just daydreaming, it's the power that shapes reality. So don't doubt your journey. Don't compare your path to anyone else's. You were never meant to be like everyone else. You were meant to remember, to know that you are one with the source of all creation, to live from that truth and to let it shine through everything you do. And as you do, life will open before you in ways that seem miraculous. Not because miracles are rare, but because you've finally begun to see them. You'll look back and realize that every moment of doubt, every tear, every setback was leading you here to this awareness, to this awakening, to this love. So if you're seeing this, take it as your sign. You are chosen not in arrogance, but in remembrance. Chosen to see differently, to believe differently, to live differently. The world needs your light, your faith, your courage to imagine the unseen and bring it into being. You are not like everyone else, and that's your greatest gift. You are the spark that lights the way for others who are still searching in the dark. You don't have to preach or convince anyone. Your life itself becomes the message. When you live in the awareness of your inner power, when you walk in peace while others panic, when you stand in faith while others doubt, your presence speaks louder than any words ever could. You become a living testimony of what happens when a soul remembers its origin. You might feel alone at times on this you. Me? Because awakening can feel like stepping away from the familiar. The conversations that once excited you may no longer resonate. The things you used to chase may no longer satisfy you. That's because your soul is calling you deeper. It's inviting you to trade the temporary for the eternal, to live from within rather than react to what's without. You're learning to let go of the noise, to trust silence, to move in stillness, and to know that divine order is at work in your favor. Every seeming delay, every detour, every closed door isn't a punishment. It's preparation. When you truly grasp this, your heart softens. You no longer fight against life, you flow with it. You begin to see how even your so-called mistakes were stepping stones to clarity. You realize that nothing was wasted, not even the pain, because every experience shaped the awareness you now carry. That's the beauty of divine intelligence. It uses all things for good. There's a certain peace that comes when you stop needing the world to validate you. When you no longer need approval, you become unstoppable. You realize that everything you ever wanted from others, love, acceptance, recognition, was already planted inside you from the beginning. And as you begin to live from that truth, you stop chasing and start attracting. The energy you once spent searching outward turns inward, creating a quiet confidence that magnetizes everything you need. When you walk with that kind of faith, your world changes. Doors open effortlessly, opportunities appear, and people come into your life at the perfect time. That's not magic, it's alignment. You've tuned yourself to the frequency of your true self, and the outer world must echo it back. That's why gratitude is such a powerful force. It keeps you in that vibration of knowing that all is well, that everything is unfolding perfectly. Sometimes your journey will require you to stand firm even when logic tells you to give up. You'll have to trust the invisible more than the visible. That's when your faith is truly proven. Not when things are easy, but when everything looks opposite to your desire and you still say, "It is done." That declaration isn't denial, it's spiritual authority. It's the moment you refuse to bow to appearances and instead choose to see with the eyes of your inner being. You were never meant to live a life ruled by fear, scarcity, or limitation. Those are illusions born from forgetting who you are. The moment you remember that you and the source are one, that your imagination is the creative power of God expressing through you, the chains fall away. You realize you are free, free to love, free to create, free to live abundantly. That freedom is not something given to you, it's something awakened within you. Every great vision begins as an inner image. The house you want, the relationship you desire, the peace you crave, they all start in imagination. Don't dismiss those images as fantasy. They are glimpses of what's already yours in a higher reality waiting for you to claim them. Feel their truth. Dwell in the feeling that it's already done, and you will bridge the unseen to the seen. The world responds to the vibration of your belief, not the volume of your words. And so, when you catch yourself wondering why you see life differently than others, remember, it's because you've begun to see through the eyes of spirit. You're no longer satisfied with the surface level of existence. You crave truth, depth, and meaning. You sense that the real world is not outside, but within you. That's not a small realization. That's awakening. That's rebirth. You've been given the gift of awareness, and with that gift comes responsibility to use your imagination lovingly, to think kindly, to bless the world through your consciousness, because what you hold within yourself affects everything around you. You're not a passive observer, you're a participant in creation. Every thought is a seed, and every feeling waters it. When you think from love, you plant heaven wherever you go. This is why you cannot compare your path to others. Their lessons are not yours. Their pace is not your pace. You're being guided in a way that's unique to your soul's evolution. So even when you don't understand the why, keep trusting, keep imagining the best, keep walking in faith. Because while the world sees only the surface, you know the truth. The real transformation happens in the unseen. Your quiet moments of faith are never wasted. Your loving assumptions are never ignored. Every time you persist in a vision of goodness, you're reshaping the fabric of your reality. You're becoming the vessel through which divine love expresses itself in form. That's why you've never truly been ordinary, because the extraordinary lives in you, breathing, creating, unfolding. When you start to live from this inner certainty, you no longer beg life to give you blessings, you become the blessing. You radiate peace, and peace returns to you. You radiate love, and love surrounds you. You radiate joy, and joy follows you wherever you go. Life mirrors the consciousness you carry. You are the dreamer awakening to your own dream. You are the sculptor shaping the unseen clay of imagination into visible form. You are the light remembering itself in a world that's forgotten how to shine. So keep going, keep believing, keep imagining the highest and most beautiful outcomes. Because you, yes, you, are the evidence that divine power still moves through human hearts. And though others may not yet understand, they will. Because your life, lived in faith, will become their sign. Your transformation will whisper to them that something greater is possible. That love really does heal. That imagination really does create. That faith really does move mountains. You are not like everyone else because you were never meant to be. You are meant to remember and to remind the world of what it forgot. And as you continue on this journey, you'll notice subtle shifts at first. A thought that feels lighter, a moment of clarity, a synchronicity that couldn't be explained by chance alone. These are the breadcrumbs of your awakening, guiding you deeper into the truth of your own being. Every time you pause and feel the quiet assurance that all is well, you strengthen the unseen currents that bring your desires into manifestation. You're learning that the small, consistent acts of faith matter more than dramatic gestures, because it is in the habitual trust of your inner life that miracles begin to take root. You will also find that your perception of challenges changes. What once seemed like obstacles become opportunities to affirm your inner strength. Setbacks are no longer reasons for despair. They are invitations to deepen your trust, to hold firmer to the reality of what is possible. The world outside can continue to appear chaotic, but inside, you can maintain stillness and confidence. That inner alignment becomes your anchor, unshakable, unwavering, and endlessly creative. There is a rhythm to this awakening. It does not rush, nor does it stumble. Each insight, each moment of knowing is perfect. See time to your growth. You may wonder why certain things take longer than expected, why some desires feel distant. Know this, the invisible world is always at work, crafting the conditions necessary for your vision to manifest in fullness. Your faith is the signal that allows those unseen forces to align. Your imagination is the blueprint, and your feeling is the architect. You may begin to notice that you no longer fear the opinions of others. Their doubts, their criticisms, their limitations cannot touch the truth within you. You understand that every soul walks their own path, and that their path is not your responsibility. You are responsible only for your consciousness, for the purity of your thought, for the love you radiate. When you focus there, your life unfolds effortlessly, naturally, in harmony with the divine. And with this awareness comes a profound sense of freedom. You no longer feel bound by the circumstances of your past or by the expectations of the world. You see that time, space, and conditions are merely forms, waiting to be filled by the life of your imagination. You can create, adjust, and shape reality without struggle because your authority comes from T inside. This freedom is the hallmark of those who are not like everyone else, those who have remembered their true nature and live consciously from it. Love becomes your guide in all things. You discover that love is not something to be earned or found outside. It is the very essence of your being. When you dwell in love, when you feel it as already present and flowing through you, everything around you responds. The people, opportunities, and experiences that align with that love naturally appear. Love becomes your compass, your motivation, and your highest law. You act from it, you speak from it, and your imagination is fueled by it. You may find that you are drawn to silence more often, because in silence the inner voice becomes clear. In the stillness you sense the vastness of your potential, the certainty of your creation, the presence of the unseen forces moving on your behalf. Silence is not emptiness, it is the fullness of understanding, the sacred space where your dreams are nurtured into existence. Those who rush past it miss the depth of life's mystery. You, however, are learning to rest in it, and that sets you apart. Your thoughts are seeds, and your feelings are water. When you plant thoughts of faith, hope, and love and nurture them with feeling, they grow into realities. This is the fundamental law of life. What you conceive and feel deeply must manifest. The moment you fully accept this truth, your ordinary existence transforms into extraordinary living. You are no longer a passive participant. You are the conscious creator, the co-artist with the divine. You may also notice that synchronicities become frequent. Small signs, meaningful coincidences, people appearing at just the right moment. These are not random. They are confirmations, gentle taps on your shoulder from the universe saying, keep going. You are on the right path. Each synchronicity strengthens your faith. Each alignment proves the power of your imagination. Each perfect timing reassures you that you are not alone, and as you continue to embrace this, you will inspire others without intending to. Your way of being, calm, centered, and grounded in inner knowing, radiates outwards. People may not understand why you walk differently, why you remain serene amid chaos, why you see possibility where others see despair, but that doesn't matter. Your life becomes a Awaken, a quiet demonstration of the truth that imagination and faith shape reality. You are becoming someone who no longer waits for external validation, for permission, or for proof. You know within yourself that the unseen is more real than the seen, that imagination carries the weight of creation, and that love and faith are the guiding principles of your life. This inner conviction sets you apart. It separates you from the crowd because you operate from a deeper, unshakable authority. And you will see that the more you honor this inner knowing, the more life aligns with it. Opportunities that once seemed impossible become inevitable. Obstacles dissolve before your perception. Relationships harmonize, circumstances support, and your path unfolds with an ease that feels almost magical. Not because the world changed, but because you changed. And the world is always a mirror of your inner state. You may still encounter moments of doubt. That's natural, but doubt is only the surface noise. Beneath it, the truth remains unchanged. The divine spark within you continues to operate, continue to create, continue to move mountains. The key is to return quickly to the feeling of your in, our knowing, to trust it, to rest in it, and to act as if it is already manifest. In doing so, you align with the current of life itself. You are not like everyone else because you understand that life is not about struggle, scarcity, or proving yourself. It is about remembrance, alignment, and allowing. You are beginning to live as a conscious participant in the unfolding of creation. Every thought, every feeling, every act becomes a deliberate stroke in the masterpiece of your life. You are awakening to the realization that your inner world is sacred, that your imagination is powerful, and that your faith is the key to bringing heaven into earth. You are learning to live from within, to see beyond appearances, and to hold the knowing that all you desire already exists in the unseen. This is your truth, your gift, your divine inheritance. You are not like everyone else. You are remembering who you are. And as you continue to walk this path, you will notice a growing sense of ease in your life. Things that once required struggle now seem to flow naturally. Doors open without effort, people appear at your life with perfect timing, and circumstances align in ways that feel almost orchestrated. This is the natural result of living from the inner world rather than reacting to the outer. When you consistently nurture your imagination with faith, gratitude, and love, life begins to rearrange itself to reflect that inner state. You will also notice that your sensitivity to the world around you deepens. You feel energies, notice patterns, and understand motivations that others overlook. This is not a burden, it is a gift. It allows you to move through life with wisdom and clarity, making choices that are aligned with your highest good. You begin to realize that your inner discernment is a compass, always pointing you toward what is real, true, and beneficial for your soul's growth. Even in moments when it seems that nothing is happening, trust the unseen. Life works in invisible layers first, and what is visible follows naturally. Just as the sun rises, even when clouds obscure it, your desires are unfolding behind the scenes. Your faith is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. By holding unwavering belief, by imagining and feeling the reality you desire, you participate in the very process of creation. You may notice that your relationships begin to change, old patterns fall away, and connections that no longer serve your highest good fade naturally. New relationships appear, often unexpectedly, resonating with your energy and supporting your growth. These people reflect the frequency of your inner state. You begin to understand that the world does not shape you. You shape the world through the reality you cultivate within. As you cultivate this inner alignment, your understanding of abundance transforms. You no longer measure wealth, success, or happiness by external standards. Instead, you recognize the infinite supply that already exists within you, the boundless creativity, the unending love, the eternal peace. Life becomes a continuous unfolding of blessings, not because the world is more generous, but because your consciousness has expanded to recognize what has always been there. There will still be moments when fear or doubt attempts to creep in, but these are simply reminders to return to your center, to reaffirm your faith, and to dwell in the feeling of your desire fulfilled. Fear is merely a shadow, it has no real substance. When you focus on the light within, the shadows dissolve naturally. Your commitment to love by, and imagination becomes your shield and your guide. You are learning that patience is not about waiting, but about trusting. It is the quiet knowing that the unseen world is arranging everything perfectly. Every event, every encounter, every twist of circumstance is aligned with the fulfillment of your inner vision. And as you trust this process, your life begins to flow in harmony with the rhythm of creation itself. Your mind may try to argue, to reason, or to demand immediate evidence, but the wisdom of your soul knows better. What you see now is only a fragment of what is real. The invisible reality, the reality shaped by love, imagination, and faith, is far more powerful than anything you can touch or measure. By choosing to live from that truth, you step into a life of freedom, power, and fulfillment that few ever experience. You may notice moments when your purpose becomes clear. Certain desires, callings, or visions begin to stand out with unmistakable clarity. These are the invitations of your higher self, the nudges of the divine, guiding you toward experiences and expressions that resonate with your soul. When you act upon these nudges, even in small ways, you partake. I paid fully in the unfolding of your destiny. Your inner world becomes your sanctuary. You learn to withdraw from the chaos of outer circumstances and enter a space of quiet knowing. In this space, you are reminded that all is well, that you are always guided, and that your imagination is the creative force shaping your reality. The peace you cultivate within radiates outward, touching every aspect of your life and influencing those around you. You begin to notice the subtle power of your words. The thoughts you speak aloud, the affirmations you repeat, and the intentions you set become active forces in your life. Every word aligned with feeling carries the energy of creation. You learn to speak from love, faith, and certainty, knowing that the vibration of your speech is as real as the unseen structures forming around you. And so, your journey continues not in haste, but in deliberate awareness. You are learning to navigate life with clarity, trust, and joy. You are remembering that your imagination is sacred, that your faith is powerful, and that your love is transformative. Every day becomes an opportunity to affirm these truths, to live from them fully, and to witness the unfolding of a reality shaped by your highest vision. You're becoming more aware of your uniqueness, your purpose, and your divine inheritance. You realize that the path of the awakened is not about following others or conforming to the expectations of the world. It is about living authentically, trusting your inner knowing, and allowing your imagination and faith to guide you in every decision and action, even when the world seems to challenge you, even when circumstances appear contrary to your vision. You remember that the invisible precedes the visible. You know that every thought, every feeling, every belief you hold with conviction is planting seeds for your future. Your life is a reflection of the inner state you maintain. You are learning to walk gracefully through uncertainty, to hold steady in the face of change, and to cultivate a mindset of abundance, love, and possibility. You understand that your consciousness is the true source of power, and by aligning with it, you move through life with effortless authority. You notice the joy that arises from simple awareness, the beauty of a moment, the peace of a quiet mind, the satisfaction of knowing that life itself is responding to your inner state. This joy is not dependent on outer circumstances. It is the natural byproduct of living in harmony with your inner truth. Your vision begins to expand. What once seemed limited or impossible now feels attainable. You see beyond the surface of appearances and recognize the vast potential that lies every moment. Your faith strengthens, your imagination deepens, and your love grows, all reinforcing the understanding that you are a conscious creator in a limitless universe. You are no longer constrained by old beliefs, fears, or doubts. You operate from the knowledge that the universe responds to the vibration you emit, that love, imagination, and faith are the forces that shape reality, and that your inner world is the foundation of all external experience. Every step you take, every choice you make, every thought you nurture contributes to the unfolding of your life as a magnificent expression of your true self. You are awakening to the extraordinary reality that lies within, and in doing so, you are creating a world that mirrors the divine truth of your being. You are not like everyone else because you are learning to live consciously, to create deliberately, and to love unconditionally. You are remembering the power that has always been yours, and as you do, you continue to transform not only your own life, but the lives of those around you. You are awakening fully to your own light, to the reality of your imagination, and to the truth of your divine inheritance, walking a path of faith, love, and infinite possibility. And now, as you stand in the awareness of who you truly are, remember this: you were never meant to be ordinary. You were never meant to drift through life unnoticed, bound by fear, doubt, or limitation. You are a child of the infinite, a living expression of love, imagination, and faith. Every beat of your heart, every thought you nurture, every vision you hold within carries the power to shape your world. Embrace the uniqueness that sets you apart. Celebrate the inner knowing that whispers, you are more than this moment, more than the circumstances, more than what the world tells you. Let that knowing guide you, for it is the compass of your soul, leading you toward a life that reflects the deepest desires of your heart. Walk boldly, with faith that moves mountains, with love that transforms, and with imaginat, ion that creates realities unseen. Know that the unseen is the foundation of all that is visible, and your trust in it is your greatest power. Let nothing shake you, for you are aligned with the force greater than any challenge, greater than any fear, and greater than any limitation. Your life is your message. By living from within, by imagining, feeling, and believing the highest truth of your being, you inspire others without words, awaken hearts without preaching, and transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. So rise knowing this: you are not like everyone else, and that is your gift, your destiny, and your truth. Step forward in courage, love, and faith, and watch as the universe unfolds in perfect harmony with the vision of your soul. You are the miracle you've been waiting for. You are the light in a world ready to remember. The world may not always understand, but your soul knows. And that knowing, that quiet, unshakable certainty, will carry you, guide you, and elevate you beyond anything you've ever imagined. Walk in it, live in it, and become the living proof that the extraordinary is not somewhere out there, but alive within you.